All right. Make sure everything's okay. Move my chair over a little bit. All right. Make sure everything's okay. Move my chair over a little bit. All right. Audio is good. What's going on, guys? Welcome to part 4 of the Carolina Panthers Madden 24 rebuild. So, this is kind of getting to the point where we got to start seeing some results, aka we got to get back to the playoffs. So, first year rebuild that I started a few weeks back, first season actually of the 2023 season of this rebuild, we actually did make the playoffs. Won a playoff game, lost the divisional round. We haven't been back to the playoffs since. We've gone through 2 consecutive seasons of like 9-8 records, but no playoffs. We rallied last year to do better, but let me actually see if I can look back at our team history. See if I can do that. I don't know if I can. Let's see. Can I look back at like different seasons and see like what happened, like as far as results are concerned? Let me go back to let me see, because I actually have to remind myself this. I'm not even kidding you guys, because I forgot what our record actually was last time I recorded. So let's see, team success. All right, this should probably tell us records of the last years. So last year we went, recently, let's see, historic, no. So last year, can't even, so look, the point is we got to get back to the playoffs this year. We've kind of gone for broke a little bit this time. And, we went out and we got some big-name free agents. One of them we actually got as a result of free agency because he was just flat out available. We're still rocking with Bryce Young. But let me just say this right now. And by the way, we actually have a new coaching staff led by Nick Sirianni of the Eagles. I got a new coach because you know what, I think maybe the coach needs to change. Because last year we started out 2-5. We rallied to finish, I think actually was 8-9 last season. But ultimately decided to get rid of Frank Wright in the middle of the season. We hired Eberflus as an interim head coach because apparently you can't fire a coach in the middle of the season in Madden and have an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator be an interim. Why that's not possible, I don't know. EA logic, got to get it fixed. Either way. So back to Bryce Young. He is a 79 overall. He won Rookie of the Year. But we haven't been back to the playoffs. He hasn't led us to the playoffs since his rookie season. And at 79 overall, I wonder if he's hit the ceiling. This is going to be his 4th season in the NFL. And, the window of opportunity I feel like is closing. We've got a lot of talent around this kid. And if he can't get it done this year, then maybe it's time we look for a new quarterback. I've done rebuilds where I moved on from a young quarterback who I wanted to stick with throughout the rebuild. But ultimately, I just had to go in a different direction. But the big guy is Alvin Kamara, 87 overall running back. He fits our scheme, and he was available in free agency. I went and took him, and I decided to trade away Miles Sanders and another one of our running backs. So right now, Jaden Ott is going to back him up, as well as Tyler Goodson, Mark, and E.J. Smith, a.k.a. Emmett's boy. We did sign Patrick Ricard this offseason. I think he was the best fullback available, and I think to have a good running game, you need a decent fullback. We also made a trade with the Titans for Treylon Burks, a scheme fit guy, 82 overall. We didn't have a receiver in the 80s. I felt that, you know what, getting Treylon Burks in here may be just what we need to help out our receiving core. I like Mingo, and I like having Michael Thomas, who we also signed in the offseason. But I feel like we needed another receiver in the 80s to really help this core over the top. We still have Carnell Tate we drafted, Doran Singer, and Green. We got young receivers who hopefully will step up this season. We still have a tight end in Tommy Tremble, and we have Bellinger, who we signed to back him up. Tight end is, still a position that we don't really have any elite talent there. Offensive line is looking okay. I'm okay with, guys that are in the high 70s as long as they can still protect decently. And Jones was another guy that we signed. We got Matabuk, 88 overall left in, to go on the opposite side of Derek Brown, who's a 90. So our defensive line is looking a little bit better. And we signed Eric Armstead, the former 49er, defensive tackle, 80 overall, to help out. We did get Michael Williams. Hopefully he can develop also and continue to be a good secondary defensive tackle. Christian Harris, the former Texan, we signed him this offseason, 75 overall, scheme fit guy. Shaq Thompson is still here, 82 overall. We have an 81 overall Frankie Lavu, and we have Wormley, Charius, and Addison. We still have Brian Burns as one of our top players, and we signed Jabril Cox, and Cole Phillips are backing him up. Corners, we still got J.C. Horn. We signed Taron Johnson, the former Bill, 82. We still have Cypress, and we have Smith, and we have Covington, and Freeman. Xavier Woods, we decided to keep. Free safety, 78 overall, and a strong safety, Von Bell, 78 overall. We got Butker, and we've got Townsend as our kicker and punter. We got the Kansas City Chiefs special teams basically now. Is that enough to get the Carolina Panthers into the playoffs? I don't know, but we're going to find out. This is year 4 of the rebuild, and typically in year 4, this is actually where I usually see the most development. This is usually where it's a season where the team fights their way back in the playoffs if we're not a playoff team, and we find a way to get to a Super Bowl. Is that going to be the case this year? We'll have to wait and see. Something tells me this Panthers rebuild is one of the most difficult ones that I'm going to have to do. The Cardinals and Patriots ones were a little bit difficult, but ultimately I was able to still get a Super Bowl within 4 years of running those two teams. The Cardinals one was tough because we went into the playoffs with a very inferior roster, and we were able to make enough plays to win a championship. So hopefully, with the Panthers, and maybe more of the same. And we've started 0-2 in the preseason. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But when we get to the regular season, we got to start winning games, and we got to really start getting this team in the playoffs and really hopefully fighting for a chance to win a championship. And we're at cut day, so let's go ahead and get to cutting and get rid of 8 players. We still have some cap room, so obviously we could probably go out and get some guys in free agency if I really feel inclined to, but we'll wait and see. So Bo Falk, I'm actually going to go ahead and move to the practice squad. Something tells me somebody will probably snatch him up. And by the way, we also have Geno Smith backing up. We signed him to be a backup quarterback. Mark Stammer, we're actually going to put him on practice squad. The reason I'm not putting EJ on there is because he's Emmitt Smith's son, and hey, who knows? Maybe he'll have to be the guy at some point. I don't know. I don't want that to be the case because his overall really hasn't gone up, but that may be what has to happen. And let's see, tight ends. I don't really want to do anything there. We still got some extra players here. McMullen. Yeah, we do not recommend. We got, yeah, I don't really, and the thing is, with putting some of these guys on practice squad, they could get snatched up. But Gary, I think, is somebody we can afford to lose. And also left end. Let's see, we still need to cut 5 guys. Player doesn't meet our standards. Let's get rid of DeJuan Johnson. That's a weird name, but let's get rid of him. We don't need him. None of those guys we're going to get rid of. I like our defensive tackle depth. We got some named guys there, you know. Middle linebacker. We have plenty. Maybe we can cut Woodbury. Let's get rid of him. And Charilis, let's go ahead and actually cut him as well. Because Addison, I still want to keep. I don't want to risk getting rid of him. Player doesn't meet our standards. Let's go ahead and move Cole Phillips to the practice squad. And cornerback, let's go ahead and cut. No, let's actually put Freeman on practice squad, and we'll go with that. Okay. I'm sure some of these guys will get snatched up, but it is what it is. I didn't really want to put any of our rookies on there just because. And now that we're going in to do some staff skill points, let's take a look at our coaching staff. So our head coach is Nick Sirianni, former Eagles coach. He got fired this past offseason. We hired Kevin O'Connell to be our offensive coordinator, and we hired Big Mike Tomlin to be our defensive coordinator. So very interesting, yes. Pretty interesting, coaching staff with 3 former head coaches on the staff. But, I feel like it's what we need. We need to get some real coaches in here. Frank Wright wasn't getting it done. We fired him in the middle of last season. Thought about going with Eberflus, but, no. We need to get a real firepower coach in there. And we did win our last preseason game, so hopefully that'll get some momentum going into the regular season, but we will see. I'm really hoping that based on those trades that I made this offseason and the moves that I made, don't come back to bite us in the rear end. Because this is a year where I really want this team to get to the playoffs. So let's see if I can. If there's a draft class for 2027, let's see, because I don't know if there is. This is, I think, the farthest I've gone in a rebuild, and I don't know if there would be a 2027 draft class, but we'll see. Freshman. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is it. Okay, so it has been one that we've downloaded before, so this one's correct. So this is going to be a lot of guys that I don't really know anything about, because a lot of these guys I'm sure are either freshmen or they're still in high school right now. Yeah, I don't know any of these guys, but I'm sure they're as accurate as possible, but we'll take it. We'll take it based on what we've seen, so we'll go with that. And if there's a 2028 one, we'll definitely be able to continue this accurately for another season, but we'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead and advance to the middle of the season and see how this team is doing. Hopefully Alvin Kamara as running back is going to be a big difference maker for us on offense. He's a former, Saint. I like him, and he was a guy that was available. We were able to get him on the cheap, so hopefully he can be a playmaker for us. I was trying to see how loud that slurp of that Dr. Pepper was. Sorry, it sounded like I was sipping some tea. I was watching a YouTuber earlier today where he was like, he's Irish, so he like drinks tea during his videos, and he in the bottom he said like loud tea noises. It was like, it was like he's drinking soup or something. But anyway. By the way, how about the Chiefs on the road against the Bills last night in the playoffs? That was a very, very fun game to watch. Since my Cowboys have been eliminated, I've basically been, I'm still going to watch football for the rest of the season. It's tough when your team is out of the fight so early when you thought they were going to go further in the playoffs. But, I'm a big Mahomes fan. I love him. He's a Red Raider, so I'm going to ride with him for the rest of the playoffs until he gets eliminated. And then I'm gonna just root for whoever I want based on who I like and who I don't like and that sort of thing. But we'll see. Who knows? Pretty interesting conference championship matchups. You got the Lions who haven't made it this far since '91 against the 49ers, and then you've got Chiefs and Ravens with Lamar Jackson against Mahomes, so that'll be fun. And it looks like we're decent to start out the year. We're 3-3, so we're at 500. That's not bad. That's not really spectacular either, but you know what? If we can win the division at maybe like a 9-8 record, that may be all it takes. And whatever it takes to win the division and get to the playoffs is fine with me. Let's get to the negotiating screen and let's see who we can negotiate contracts with, who's due for maybe another payday. Well, Jones is somebody we signed. He's 80, but Alvin Kamara is somebody that I might want to keep around for a little while. Let's see about 1 year. Need a bigger offer. Okay, so he wants more than just 1 year, which makes sense. We'll come back to him in a bit. Butker, let's see if we can keep him around for maybe at least one more season. Good offer. Okay, so Butker's going to come back as our kicker. I didn't really want to let him walk away for nothing. Ricard, maybe, but we'll think about it. Ooh, and Bryce Young's contract is up. Okay, so that's actually good. Because I was worried that if things didn't work out this year, then maybe we would have to trade him. We'll see how things are at the end of the season, and we will come back to Bryce Young. His meter is not really in the green at all, so he's actually not really too happy right now, which is kind of a little bit discouraging. But Kappa is interested in coming back, so let me see if I can get him for one more year here. So he wants more than just 1 year, so okay, all right. Now, Bell, I think, unfortunately, we've gotten to the end of the road with him. I think I might just need to upgrade strong safety this offseason entirely. DJ, Richards is a guy that we really traded for, so I'm not really interested in bringing him back for longer. EJ Smith, I think I'm going to bring him back for depth in the running back room. But most of these other guys I think I'm going to let walk. But I definitely want to keep Kamara. Jones, I think we can let him walk for sure, but Kamara is somebody that I want to keep. And depending on how the season goes, and you know what? Jonathan Mingo, I completely missed him. Would a 3-year deal cut it, man? Happy to sign. Okay, so we're going to have Mingo for a couple more seasons, which is good with me because, other than, Burks, who we traded for, he's our other good receiver. And when I've got a chance to play in game with this Panthers team, Mingo's been pretty good. He's been a reliable target, and he's a borderline, 79, 80 guy. So hopefully he can, even develop a little bit more. But we will see about that. Media question. Let's see what Jonathan Coachman has to say. In the final year of his contract, he's going to be a part of this team one way or another. We're going to make this work. I mean, we finally have a good running back, and I don't think we're not going to let him get away for just nothing, All right, big one against the Bucs this week. Let's go ahead and advance, and let's see if we can get a win against the Bucs. Right now, it looks like that the Falcons are actually leading the division at 5-2, so this is actually maybe a little bit more of an uphill battle. We can't afford to drop a bunch of games, and right on cue, we lose by 22 points to the Bucs, and we now drop to 3rd in the NFC South. That's not good. That's not good. I'm kind of getting frustrated with this team, not being able to get over the hump. Now, then again, I'm the one who's in charge, so I can blame myself for this, but we got to start seeing results this season. Either making the playoffs or, we're literally just one player away from getting to the postseason and winning the division. So Kamara, I think, is going to want more years. He doesn't want just 1 year. He wants multiple years, which is very fine. Let's try this player-friendly deal. You need to do more convincing. Okay, so we're probably going to have to go with a very player-friendly deal then. Now, Ricard, I think, is somebody I am interested a little bit in bringing back. But, fullbacks, we may be able to get another one, and we'll just come back to him later. And Kappa, I think, wanted more years as well on his contract. So with a player-friendly 2-year deal, let's see if this does. Excited to sign. Okay, so we got Kappa coming back. So we got our starting right guard to come back, which is good. I wanted to kind of keep him. And Suimalo, let's see. Let's go with a player-friendly deal with 2 years. Happy to sign. Okay, so we got him back. Actually, a former Eagle, a former Sirianni guy, actually. But a 78 overall guard, it may be tough to replace that. So, and like I said, I think Von Bell we can afford to let walk. The same thing with Agonia. DJ Johnson, I think we really need to upgrade, left outside linebacker big time in the offseason. So I think I can afford to let him walk, as well as Richards. Geno Smith, we brought him in for backup reasons. Goodson's interested in re-signing, but I prefer EJ over him, and hopefully we can actually get EJ to come back. But we'll see. And Jones, I think we can get better on the offensive line in free agency this offseason, so I'm not going to bring him back. Washington Commanders are 5-3. They got a Nick Chubb, so they're kind of rebuilding they're in a rebuild of their own. They're getting a little better too. So hopefully we get an upset win, but we will see. This may be another lost season. Well, we get a 3-point win, so that's encouraging. And we're back to 500 at 4-4. Let's see what Jonathan Coachman has to say. It's been an up and down season. Fight it and get into the playoffs. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like maybe we're just one big win away from possibly turning the corner. But we will see. All right, so let's see who else we still need to negotiate with. Well, still Kamara. Okay, so let's see about a very, very player-friendly deal. 3 years. Excited. Okay, so we got Kamara back. And that did not eat up as much of the cap as I thought it would, so that's good. We still got money to spend, and I feel like I'm not really spending it very much right now. So, we'll see what we can kind of do. Can't negotiate with anybody, including EJ, until the latter part of the season, like week 17. So I think I'm just going to let everything else kind of run its course at this point. So we'll go with that. But we got Kamara locked in for 3 more years. So that'll be good. Because something tells me this rebuild is not going to be finished at the end of this season. We're still going to have a ways to go. This may be the longest rebuild that I do in Madden 24, but we'll see. Because we're in 2026. This is our 4th season, and we've only made the playoffs once, and it was the very first year when we had, quite frankly, a little bit of a better roster. So we're on an uphill battle. We're 4-4. We're also going against a Vikings team that's 4-4. Let's see if we can get a win against them. A fairly good NFC team. Falcons are 6-3, so they're starting to pull. Well, they're not really pulling away too much, but they get another win. They probably will be able to pull away with the division. And unfortunately, we lost to the Vikings by 7. So now we're 4-5, and we're playing the 5-5 Saints. I'm not liking the way that this season's kind of going. It looks like that we're still going to struggle to get barely at 500, and we're playing some decent teams here. So, this isn't looking too good. And as a matter of fact, we're in last place in the NFC South. We're going to have to win a lot of games in a row to even get a chance, in my opinion, to make the playoffs. The Falcons are 6-3. Saints are 5-5. If we get one win, we can fight our way back, but we got to win this game against the Saints this week. This is a critical game. This one could very well determine if we're going to make the playoffs or not. Alvin Kamara going against his old team, and he gets a win. So we get a win against the Saints. We win by 13, so we actually had a pretty good game. So we're back at third place. The Bucs are 5-5. Falcons are 7-3. So we're slowly kind of climbing up a little bit. And Eddie Cabral is on our roster. So let's take a look at the injury report because I haven't really looked at that this season. Do we have anybody hurt who's significant? No, we got no significant injuries, so that's good. So we're healthy, which means we really have no excuses. Upgrade the players. Let's do that. All right. We got week 13. We got week 12 against the Ravens here. We're on the road. We're taking on, another, a 99 overall Lamar Jackson. He's still with the Ravens, thriving up there in Baltimore. They're 5-5. We're 5-5, just like them. We got to get a big win this week, I feel like, because if we don't win this, then we're going to start to fall out of the playoff picture, if you ask me. Because based on the way that the records are, it looks like that the team, the only way we can make the playoffs is if we win the division. And I don't know if we're going to be able to win the division based on how up and down we've been this season. And unfortunately, we lost again to the Ravens. We've slipped back to third place. We're one game back from the Bucs. And as far as the playoff picture is concerned, we are nowhere to be seen. And the Bucs, so the Falcons actually have the number 1 seed right now. Well, they've won 7 games. So because of that, we may be able to make it if we can take the Bucs out of the second spot in our division, but that is going to be a tough order because we're one game back from them. We lost to the Bucs earlier this season, and I don't know if we play them again. If we do, that'd be great, but something tells me we don't because right now I'm only seeing the Saints on the schedule for the near future in terms of divisional opponents, and yeah. Going against a 6-5 Arizona team. We're 5-6. This is a game that I feel like every game we have to win. We can't lose many more games the rest of the season or else we're going to, once again, not make the playoffs for the 3rd consecutive season. Well, we actually got a win. We're 6-6 now, but we're still one game back from the Bucs. Are they still in the playoff picture right now? They are. Okay, so this is still shaping out the way that I said it was kind of last week, but we need to do something, we got to make a move, and find a way to get up there. Involving me, I don't know what receiver this is. Oh, Jonathan Mingo, okay. So we got a breakout receiver, breakout scenarios, as they've called him in this game. Let's go ahead and upgrade guys. Let me actually take a look at Bryce Young's stats for this season. I want to see how he's doing. How is Bryce Young doing this season? Man, he's thrown for 3,300 yards already. He's got 23 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I mean, that's not bad, but I just don't know, guys. I mean, let me see what his rating is right now. Because statistically, it's tempting to bring him back because of that. But there may be a better quarterback that we could sign in the offseason. And his interest really is not up in terms of coming back. So if we bring him back, maybe it's on a short deal and we draft a guy or we sign a guy to put the heat on him, and I don't know. we'll have to see how things transpire at the end of the season, what I want to do with Bryce Young, if I want to bring him back or not. Because if we don't make the playoffs for the third consecutive year, the patience wears thin. I mean, Bryce Young, you can put up a 3,300-yard season, but if all that's for nothing, then we can't continue to have a quarterback that does nothing but stuffs the stat sheet but doesn't get us to the playoffs. 2-week injury for Taron Johnson, so that's not good. So he's out for a little bit with a torn labrum. So that's not good. Our second best corner is out for a couple of weeks. And we're playing probably our most important matchup this week against the Saints. They're 5-7. They're last place in the division. But we just got to beat them. We also got to hope that the Bucs lose a few games in a row. Because right now, let's see the playoff picture. So the Bucs and Falcons are still in the picture. So if we could overtake the Bucs, I mean, we're only one game back from them. If we can win and they can lose a few games down the stretch, we've got a chance. But it's slim. Let's see if the football gods are on our side during the back half of the season. If they're not, they're not. It just means we got work to do. We just need to still have more work to do. 14. And we beat the Saints. Okay, so that's good. So we didn't lose to another divisional opponent. Unfortunately, the Bucs also won. And there's only a few games left. Let's see if Mingo had a good game or not. I'm guessing he didn't. Didn't get it done. Okay. Well, sorry, Mingo. We appreciate what you're doing, but, it is what it is. All right, we're playing against the 4-9 the Bears. Playoff picture is still looking like it will be Falcons and Bucs still in there. So it's shaping out the same way. We just can't afford to lose. And we got to hope that the Bucs lose too. So, things at the end of the season are coming up pretty big for us right now. It's really going to determine, it's 7-6. Are we going to be able to make the playoffs, or are we going to be sitting at home for the third year in a row? Got a 4-9 Bears team this week. We can't afford to lose this game. We can't afford to lose any game the rest of the season. Can't afford to do it. And we lost to the Bears. God! I think he can stick a fork in us in terms of the playoff hopes. Let's see how things are still looking. Bucs are actually at the 5th seed now. Giants are at the 7th seed, so the Bucs are still in the playoff picture. They've just gone up a couple of spots. Well, maybe there's a very outside chance, but 7-7 not looking good. And we're playing the 10-4 Bengals this week. I'm assuming they have everybody healthy. They got a 9 overall Jamar Chase, and I assume Joe Burrow's still there. All right, we beat them by 3, but we're still 2 games back from the Falcons. Yeah, I think, unfortunately, this is another season where we're going to finish maybe with a winning record, but we don't make the playoffs yet again. I think last year we finished maybe 8-9 or something like that. I can't really remember. Maybe it was 7-10 because we lost that game that I played. I remember that. So, yeah, if we can finish with a winning record, I'll take it. But, I guess it's just an indication that we still just need to get better in almost every position, including the quarterback. As much as I want to feel like that an 80 overall Bryce Young is still worth keeping, I just feel like we need to get a high 80s at least quarterback in here. You can trade for somebody or sign somebody in the offseason. I think that's what it's going to take to get this team back to the playoffs and really rebuild the Panthers team. I wanted it to be Bryce Young, the future, the rookie this year, to get his chance, to get an opportunity to lead this team. But if he's not getting it done and we're going to miss the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row, when we've changed our coaching staff to who I think is a far better coach and we can't get to the playoffs with a roster with Alvin Kamara, with Burks, who, you know, is a decent receiver that we traded for from the Titans. I mean, we gave up players, and we gave up draft picks to go get him. And so far, we're 8-7, on the verge of not making the playoffs yet again. And, you know, things are just not looking good. We can't afford to keep having seasons like this. At least in my eyes. Anyway, back to football. 9-6 Packers this week on the road. It's going to be cold up there in Lambeau. Maybe this will be an upset win, but I'm not really giving my hopes up too much. And we only have 2 games left. We got this one, and we got the Steelers to end the season. And we lost to the Packers, so we are basically eliminated from the playoffs. Yeah. Just couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it done. You know, that's the reality. You know, this team, I think, you know, I guess this team, as much as I wanted to believe that we were like 1 player away, maybe we're like a few players away. But regardless, we're going to play the Steelers. I'm going to play this game against the Steelers to end the season, and I really want to get a win this time because we lost to the Chargers, I believe it was, last week. They're 7-9. We're 8-8, so this is an easier opponent for us, in my opinion. Let me check injury reports to see if we have any injured players going into the last game of the year. And we don't, so that's good. So here we go. I'm actually excited, even though we're not going to make the playoffs, I'm excited to play with this year's version of the team with Alvin Kamara in the backfield. I think this is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to get a chance to play with him because Kamara is a guy, he can run, he can be used in the passing game, in the screen game, and he fits our scheme. So I don't really know what the whole disconnect sort of thing is with Sirianni's, you know, system, you know. So hopefully we can, you know, get this one done. Okay, so now it's showing the uniforms. I will say, I don't know if it's just my game or it's just the fact that it's old generation, but things kind of glitch a little bit. Like they're not showing any of the players on the PS4 version, like their faces and all that. But you know, they're still showing the graphics right there. So yeah. By the way, a little bit of a side note. I'm really on the verge of trying the best that I can to get a PS5. And I hate to say it's because of one game. But in my opinion, it is. I'm on the verge of this summer or during the springtime saving up some money so I can go and get a PS5. Because according to reports, the new NCAA football video game is going to be out in July. And I miss playing that game. I miss playing as my Red Raiders. I would love to bring college football full-on content to my channel instead of just Madden all the time. So hopefully we can do that. But back to football. It's Week 18. One more game of the regular season. We're playing at home against the Steelers. We're not making the playoffs for the 3rd consecutive year, but you know what? This may be Bryce Young's final game as a Carolina Panther. We got Alvin Kamara in the backfield. Let's go out and get a win. All right, Bryce. Let's go. Bellinger, big tight end over the middle, breaking tackles, gains 5-6 yards. I don't know. I was kind of in between him. Let's go with a stretch play with Kamara to the outside. The former Saint now doing big things with a division rival Carolina Panthers. We picked this guy up off the scrap heap. Nobody wanted him. We gave him the chance, and not only did we give him a chance, we made him our starting running back right from the word go. He's our guy for the future at running back. We got him on a new contract. Really blessed that I got him to drop into our laps. But we also got a new receiver in Burks, who makes the catch for the first down. New number 1 receiver for Bryce Young. I'm sure he's had a decent year this year, but still. On the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10. All right, let's go with a little bit of a read option action here. Bryce Young gets 2 yards. Not bad. 2 yards the gain on the Sirianni, of course, you know, had Jalen Hurts. So the scheme is kind of similar in terms of letting Bryce Young be more of a runner of the football, but it may not be fully in his game. It's got me a little bit hesitant about keeping Bryce Young here for much longer. But Bellinger, our backup tight end, gets the first down.
I expect them to do just that.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
PA cross. Play action fake here. And can't make the catch. That was a tough catch for Thomas to make. But still, thought I'd give him a shot down the field.
Looking to throw, Young.
There we go. Got Burks again. Inches short of the first down, but that's okay.
Just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
But inside zone here. Pick up this first. Come on, Kamara.
Here's Kamara trying to run.
There's Kamara up. I keep calling him Kamara. I mean Kamara. That's my fault. And he gets us the first down. Moving the ball well on this drive. Let's go with a screen play to Kamara here. Come on. Screen play. Come on. Set up those blocks. He breaks the tackle. First down, Kamara, and more. Nice job. I thought he was going to get tackled back there pretty easily, and Bryce Young is 5 for 5 on this drive. He's looking very comfortable right now.
When you're throwing the ball downfield really well, like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game.
And it's actually Jaden Ott who gets us on the board for the first touchdown. Running game on point so far. Former Cal Bear in the end zone. Here we are on defense. Steelers are driving. They got a quarterback that's rocking number 0. Are you Frank Harris, sir? UTSA's quarterback.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
The Bills running back gains 5 yards.
2nd and 5.
Steelers are looking a lot different.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Now throw right side.
So it's Jared Goff as the Steelers quarterback, and he's wearing number 0. Jeez, that is insane. 0 Jared Goff. I never thought I would see Jared Goff rocking a number 0 in Madden. But it's a game, that's why. But we get the stop on 3rd down, and we force them to a field goal. So that's a win for our defense.
Because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan.
All right, so the Steelers do tack on a field goal in the 2nd quarter, but we're still up 7-3. We needed that stop on defense, and we got it. And we get another touchdown.
This Carolina offense,
we are back on offense. Let's see if we can get a last-minute drive going at the end of the first half and really start to pull away from the Steelers.
This is today's NFL. You got to push
Tremble.
Whenever you get an opportunity.
Oh no, that's actually.
You can never have
what the
points
was that?
Offenses that you face.
I hate those physics. You allowed him to get pulled back. At least he went out of bounds, but still. Come on, Michael.
To throw on 2nd down is Young.
Throw that. Burks, first down again, and Burks stumbles to midfield. Let's go with a hurry-up offense.
And quickly, they get to the line. It's Young off play action.
Let's go with a lob pass over the top. And Michael Thomas comes down with it. Let's call a timeout. Big play down the field by the former Saint to get us into field goal range. Nice job. That was a perfect throw by Bryce Young. Lofted it up there. That was a good throw, kid.
Just inside the 10. Again, it's Young.
Bellinger, the tight end, makes the grab, and he's out of bounds. I thought he could outrun him, but Bellinger's not a speedy tight end by any stretch. It's no Jake Ferguson, Travis Kelce for that matter. All right, going with a little play action fake here.
Off the play fake, Young.
Tremble makes the catch for the touchdown. We get a big touchdown to add to our lead by the end of the first half. Nice catch by Tremble. Here we are in the 3rd quarter. We're in the red zone again, and now we got a chance to really blow the Steelers out of the building. Put the nails in the coffin, Burks, and Burks runs it in for another touchdown.
Traylon Burks with his 2nd touchdown of the...
Bryce Young with 3 touchdowns in this game. At least he's playing like he still wants to stay here, but Bryce, I don't know, man. We'll think about it.
Trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest.
That's caught. Left side, it's Burks.
Burks can't get the first, but that was really my fault. I shouldn't have thrown it short like that.
Back near midfield.
Still. The good thing is that I like the fact we're playing really well to end the season in front of our home fans.
In Charlotte.
Because even though we're not making the playoffs, we're playing at home, it still matters to us. And it matters to these players and these fans. We just want to give them something to believe in. That we're going to work some things out. We may make a change at quarterback, but we're going to play some good football. Get this Panthers team back to being a playoff team.
Kick forthcoming.
So the Steelers did score a touchdown. They're going to go with an onside kick, rightfully so. But we get the recovery with Jabril Cox on the hands team, and this game is all but wrapped up. The Steelers got really no chance to come back in this one. We're up 18 points. And at this point, we're just trying to kill the clock, but we still got to throw the ball to pick up first down.
Time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense.
Bellinger over the lip. All right, that was almost a pick. That was not the best ball I could do. I'm not blaming you too much for that, Bryce. It wasn't the field. So they're actually going to let us attempt a 59-yard field goal by Harrison Butker. I don't know what his career high long is, but this may be it.
Down under 2 minutes
and he got it. He got it.
Game.
Wait, did he not? Yeah, he did. He did make it. Okay. The scoreboard didn't indicate that he made the field goal. But Butker makes the field goal. A 59-yarder. That's why we're keeping Butker around for a few more years.
Time to find out.
He can make kicks like that. One of the best in the league. Let's get that pick. Let's go. Let's go, Johnson. The former Bill. Off to the races. And he's down inside the 10. Beautiful. Way to put the icing on the cake, defense. The big-time players are showing up and showing out tonight for this team. That's what we want to see to end the season on a positive note. Blowing the Steelers out of the building, giving them no shot. And Kamara gets into the end zone for his first touchdown of the night. Way to go, Kamara. Welcome to Carolina.
So this one is over.
And we blow out the Steelers to end the regular season 38-10. Unfortunately, no playoffs again, but we played very well in this game. We really played well. Bryce Young, I felt like, had a very good game. I know it was against a Steelers team that wasn't making the playoffs either, so I don't really know how much stock I want to put into Bryce Young's performance to end the year for this game. But 303 passing yards, and he had 3 touchdowns in this game. That's gonna give me a possible look at wanting to bring him back. A temptation is there, but I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Young hit free agency, and we're going to see if there's a better quarterback available in free agency. If not, we'll bring back Bryce Young on a multi-year deal, but not a very long deal. And we will see if there's another quarterback out there. I don't know, but we'll see. No way! We're in the playoffs? Oh my goodness, we made the playoffs? Are you kidding me? We made it as the last. We're the final team to make the playoffs as a 7th seed. Okay. Wow. Okay, we made the playoffs. I did not think we were going to do this, but we did. Unbelievable. Well, no sense of stopping now. Let's play our playoff matchup against the Eagles. Nick Sirianni going against his former team in the wild card round in Philadelphia. Let's go up there and get it done. Wow. In the playoffs. Scenarios must have just been on our side. We did finish in 9-8, which is a winning record. I think it's kind of the similar record we had during the first 2023 season. I say the first season in 2023. But I don't know But we're in the playoffs. Wow, we made the playoffs as the final wild card team.
Today,
everything must have worked out in our favor for us to make
Lincoln Financial Field in
But here we go. Panthers, Eagles, wild card round. Let's do it. 7th seed going against the number 2 seed.
So possession belonging to the Carolina Panthers. And this is the very
Here
first
we go, our
drive
first
of the
offensive
game.
possession. We get ball first.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
Kamara gets a nice gain of
Pick up
7
a
yards
7
on the first
past
play.
the 30 to the 32.
I'm not sure how different the Eagles look. It looks like they still have Jalen Hurts, but you know they fired Sirianni for a reason. Whoever this new coach is, he must be pretty good to help them get to back to the playoffs if they didn't in fact make it last year. I'm just gonna run out of bounds with Bryce Young on the quarterback draw. I don't want to risk him getting hurt.
Going out. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
A little bit of an unorthodox play call right there. And that was almost a pick six. That was a dangerous throw. I tried to get to Belly.
Intercepted right away.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball
Let's see if we can get some solid
he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete
Not much
pass.
there. Only gained 1 yard.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Young on third down. Flushed
All right,
right.
just go up the middle, Young. Just run it. Get the first. And he gets more than the first. He gets a big gain after that. Tucking and running with Bryce Young. He's got some mobility to him. Let's utilize it.
Throwing, Young.
Trimble.
Open man
Tight
left
end.
side, it's the tight end Trimble.
Gains 9 solid yards.
A yard
I
short
like
of the
that.
marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
Kamara up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Powers his way into the end zone for 6. Let's go. Just what we needed to start off this ball game. On the road, wild card matchup. Take it right down the field and let the Eagles know that we're here to play. All right. Well, first defensive possession. Our defense, we got good players on here, but we're not the 85 Bears. We're not a very elite defense.
Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen.
But we get the tackle on Swift.
Good contain, no gain.
We force a field goal attempt. Nice job, D. Shaq Thompson making the tackle right there, one of the originals. And we get a touchdown to go up 14 to 10, 3-14, now 10. So now here we are back on offense. We're inside the red zone.
Back to the action as this offense
Let's go actually with a run play.
2nd and 2. Kamara gets it again.
Kamara up the middle, gets inside the 5.
Just a couple
Nice run.
yards shy of the end zone.
122 yards already on the ground for Kamara with 2
in
touchdowns.
his first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success.
We just needed a solid running back like this. Take the pressure off the young quarterback like Bryce Young. Get a running
They
game.
will stop him after a fairly
Somebody like
minimal
Kamara in
pickup.
free agency, it's not a bad idea.
Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Let's run it
They'll
again.
run it with
And
Kamara.
Kamara powers his way in again for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game.
Alvin Kamara.
And we got the Eagles on the ropes in the playoffs. Just what we needed to do.
So not much left here.
We're gonna be on the road for the rest of these
before
playoffs
halftime
as long
the
as we keep
offense is
playing,
out there
so-
now hoping to put together a scoring drive before they
See
head
if
to
we
the
can score
locker
before the
room.
half. Playing like the Green Bay Packers against my Cowboys in the playoffs. I hate to make a comparison to something bad that happened to my favorite team, but
And that'll
still.
bring up 2nd down.
Still.
Young will set to throw.
Throw it away. Yeah, just throw
He's
it
just
away.
going to get rid of this thing.
Had to make sure I was outside of the pocket.
Throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
So many times we've seen him try to escape
3rd
the
and 5.
pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football.
Oh, this
and make
right
sure
side
no
of the field
one
is
was
wide
gonna get
open.
it.
Let's just take it and run. Come on, Bryce. Get out of bounds.
Go out of bounds
There we
right
go.
around the 40.
Clock stops. We got
A
all
good
3
decision
timeouts
in
left,
the
though,
end to
so I'm
pull
not
the run, get some
too
9
concerned,
yards
but I'm
in
going to
the
start having to
first.
burn those after probably this next play. So we can at least give ourselves a chance to kick a field goal.
Here is Young.
I don't want to waste any possessions.
Over the middle.
Michael
into the hands
Thomas
of
breaking
Michael
tackles.
Thomas. And
Gets
he's
another
gonna get
first. Let's
this
take a
down
time.
near the 20-yard line. Now the
Catch
Panthers
by
going to use
Thomas.
the first of their timeouts.
Burks and Thomas must,
As the
looks
clock
like they're,
with 35
kind of,
seconds to
playing
go
very
in
well
quarter
right now.
number 2.
I like the look of that with our team.
It's Young on first down.
Over the middle into the hands of Burks.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Young off the bootleg.
Throw it away.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone.
That defense was coming right at his face.
So that's a wise decision
Pause.
to just get rid of the football.
Sorry.
Young on 3rd and 2.
Oh, and this is going to be
And
Browning,
throw
of
this one
course.
away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, it is. Okay, all right. We'll settle for the field goal then.
Now, if you're going to get rid of it,
All
you
right,
better
well,
get
let's go
outside
ahead and
the
kick a
pocket.
field goal.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right?
Wanted
Get out
6
there,
there
and then
to
you can
really
do it
establish
legally,
the
but
distance,
he
but
wasn't able to do so.
didn't
He
get
ended
it.
up losing the down
Harrison
as well.
Butker is on the money with the field goal try, so now we're up 24-10 going into halftime. 2 scores, that's good. On the road against a team that's, on paper, way better than us in Philadelphia. Tell you what, Sirianni is giving his former team all they can handle. And now it's all the way in the 4th quarter. We're up by 7, but we have the ball.
In good position, can they finish the drive?
You got to just finish this drive off. Really kind of start to show the Eagles that this game is all but done. And Kamara carried 55 on his back to the end zone for 6. Kamara's been a beast. He has been a beast in this playoff game. This is the Alvin Kamara Panthers game, and you are all witnesses.
But this offense does have
So it's
the
first
lead.
down.
Decent amount of time on the
I
clock,
want to
and
just
the
run
defense
it to
has all
start
3
burning some
timeouts.
time
So
off
can
the
the
clock
offense
because we're not at the
manage things
2-minute
and milk
warning
this
yet, but we're
clock away?
close.
It's time to find out.
And they're not going to probably
And
spend
give
any
it
of
a
their
can up the
timeouts until
middle,
after the
3
2-minute
yards.
warning.
That'll bring up
So
2nd down.
we'll let Philly kind of just burn as they wish. All right, so now we're at the 2-minute warning. 31-24. We've got the Eagles on the ropes in the wild card round on the road. I did not expect us to be in this position, but here we are. Let's see if we can get our second wild card win of the week. 2 minutes left.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward.
Spinning
protect the
around.
ball.
6-yard gain.
Out of the 2-minute break.
Just a yard short
We'll
of
get
the
a timeout
first.
used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
3rd and 1, come on.
They run it again with
Get the
Kamara.
first down, that's huge
He is going
for
to have
Kamara.
the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
In that clock,
This
it's
winds
not
up
messing
a
around.
pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final
They've got
timeout as they'll talk
none
things
left.
over
They
prior
just
to
burned
this
their
upcoming
last
2nd down
timeout.
play.
So that is it. We just got to hold on. We'll walk away winners. And we get another first down with Kamara. He's got 181 yards and 4 touchdowns. He has been our offense in this game. Now we can start kneeling the ball down. Wow. Did not think we were going to make the playoffs. We make it as the final wild card team as the 7th seed. We go on the road and we beat the number 2 seeded Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia, who won the NFC East 31-24. Unbelievable. Bryce Young, you have proved yourself. If we don't win the championship this year, it's pretty tempting now more than ever to bring you back, but we'll see. I just keep saying that because I don't know. Because, hey, we went to the divisional round the first year of the rebuild and we didn't win, and that was Bryce Young's rookie year. He's now in his 4th season in the NFL, and it took him, 3 years to get back here.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
What a big win for us and this franchise. Should be reminding all Panther fans of the 2003 NFC Championship where they went to Philadelphia and beat them pretty easily. Doing it again in 2026.
In a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year
Come
long
into
for the right to get
Philadelphia,
into the tournament, as they like to call it.
two-seeded Eagles.
Wild
We're
card
going
divisional
to the
doesn't matter to
divisional
them.
round of the playoffs.
One moves on, one goes home.
Absolutely magnificent win. Good team victory. Bryce Young, I felt like, played very well in this game. Kamara was a beast. He is the glue for this offense. You know, Bryce Young had some good moments too, but Kamara's the reason. He's a big reason why we're here and a big reason that we won our first playoff game. So let's see who we face in the divisional round. Not done yet. Hopefully we can ride this magic carpet to the Super Bowl and complete the rebuild, but we'll see. Got some upgrades to players there. And it looks like we are going to do a rematch with the Green Bay Packers. We faced them in Lambeau late in the regular season, lost to them. So now we got a chance to get some revenge against the Packers in the divisional round on the road in Lambeau. A rematch of the basically the 1996 NFC Championship game. I know that was a long time ago, but you know we lost, but Panthers lost that as an expansion club. You know, in the first couple of years. Let's go and get a win against the Green Bay Packers to get to the championship game. Let's take a look at weekly awards. Kamara won NFC Offensive Player of the Week, 20 carries, 181 yards, 9 yards per attempt, and 4 rushing TDs. What a game by him. Great game. Good win. All right, so now we got the Packers in the divisional round. On the road again. No big deal. What else is new? Now, I assume Jordan Love has kind of developed and blossomed into a pretty good quarterback by this point, if he's still a Packer. I would assume so. So let's go up to Lambeau, see if we can get another playoff win and get to the NFC title game for the first time in the rebuild. Man, just amazed that this team was able to fight its way into the playoffs because it looked very bleak for most of the season that we weren't going to make the playoffs. But we barely snuck in, and now that we're here, we basically have the mentality of, hey, let's go get it done. Let's go get this championship.
Today, from Lambeau Field,
That LaFleur looks like he's no
Green Bay,
longer in Green Bay. That looks like a brand new coach. And against the Packers. And it looks like we once again start with the ball. So let's get down this field like we did against the Eagles. Show the Packers we're here to play.
First play, and Young is going to throw it.
And we throw it.
And it's intercepted on the first play of the game.
And he is going
That
to
was
bring
my
us
fault.
back
I
inside
should not
the
have thrown
20
that ball.
to the 18-yard line.
Wow, just one snap.
And we're getting control of the defense right after the pick, so maybe this will help us out a little, but we'll see. Let's see how good Jordan Love is. It looks like they still have Aaron Jones
Following
at
the
running back.
interception, Love looking middle, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones.
Jones has stopped 1 yard
enough
short.
to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On play action, Love to throw.
And we get a sack on Jordan Love. Great pursuit.
It was Eric Armstead.
Great job by Eric Armstead to get in the backfield and make the sack. So we turn the ball over on our very first play, but the defense rises to the occasion and forces the Packers into a field goal. So defense is put in a pretty bad spot, but we hold serve and we don't allow a touchdown. So that's decent considering what Bryce Young did.
A big early 3rd down here for this defense as they look to hold on and force a field goal try. On play action, Young. Buying time
Just
is
run.
left.
Just run it, Young. Get the
And
first
he's
down, get out of bounds.
Looks
First
like
down.
right at the 15.
Let's get to running the ball.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Brought down that time by Nolan Smith. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Kamara.
Block. And a decent run by Kamara.
He's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. Now here's Young. Flush to his right.
And Burks makes the catch for the touchdown as Bryce Young did a good job rolling out, bought some time, fires it into the end zone. Touchdown, Burks. Way to answer after we threw that interception on the first drive.
Well, the
Packers are in a 1st and goal here. This is some big stuff right here.
Unenviable task of defending a 1st and goal situation.
And oh wow, what a catch by Watson! Man, we had him blanketed, but he still caught it. Jeez, what a catch! We're back on offense.
They've got a really nice
1st and goal situation here.
And now it's 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara.
And Kamara gets up the middle for the touchdown, and we retake the lead.
Alvin Kamara.
Drive to answer the bell. 3rd and 7.
This defense looking for a 3rd down stop
Get off the
in
field
the 2nd quarter. On 3rd down, Love.
Oh, we get a pick with Thompson. Let's go.
It's Shaq Thompson here.
And Thompson may be going. He is going to take it to the house. Pick 6 for Shaq. Touchdown. What a play by the defense. Let's go, Shaq.
Well, CD, we have seen
perfect. Wow. Showing up on the road once again like we did against the Eagles. So we got a safety.
This offense has been
2nd quarter, we're driving down the field again. We're up by 6.
Got the lead. They're looking for more with the ball in the red zone.
For some more here.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
RPO and a
by Young, caught out wide.
Decent game. Let's call time.
Down inside the 5 to the 4.
Oh, forward progress. All right, so it is
Panthers
1st and goal.
The second of their
up by 6.
As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to
let's
play.
Let's get to the half and get that score a little bit. Get up by more. Still running
From
a little
the
bit.
gun, it's a run for Kamara.
And Kamara doesn't get in the end zone yet.
As they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's get ready to run this thing with like very little time on the clock. In the end zone, touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. We're going to go in the half up by 13. Big drive for the offense. So the Packers can come back too. Back on offense, 3rd quarter, 1:45. We're only up by 6 now. We got a 3rd down.
Can they get this 3rd down stop in the 3rd quarter?
Kamara on the wide receiver angle route. I love that route. It's pretty cheesy in this game. And he gets the 1st down. Big play.
A lot of points put on the board so far by this offense. Now they're looking for more. Already winning here in the 2nd half. Ball in the red zone. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Staying on the ground on 1st with
Kamara walks it in, touchdown. 3 touchdowns for Kamara. He's a back-to-back 3-touchdown playoff game. He's playing like the best player in the league right now. 3rd and 1 on offense. Up by 7.
In a tight game in the 4th quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop.
Do it again.
A busy night continues for Kamara.
1st down.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down.
Alvin Kamara is playing like the best running back in the league right now. So glad we were able to get this man on the team. At this point, we really just need to kind of play keep away. Just keep running the ball. It's a high-scoring game.
Now a
Last week we won by 7 and higher scoring, and Alvin Kamara might have just put the nails in the coffin with that one. Touchdown Carolina, 4 rushing touchdowns for Kamara. When you have a running back as good as Kamara playing this well, why would you even attempt to pass with Bryce now?
7 points here in the fourth quarter.
Packers going for the onside kick, but we recover it once again with Jabril Cox like in the Eagles game, and we're going to walk away with a victory against the Packers barring anything crazy. Man, we have played very well these first two playoff games. Kamara has been absolute reason.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Gave you that contract, man.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
A give. This is Kamara, and they will only muster a
Burn all
yard
their
here
timeouts
at the
now.
38. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Running with Kamara.
And he will have a Panther
first down, and that's the last timeout for the Packers.
Time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
Let's just go ahead and take a knee. We're going to the NFC Championship game.
And they will take a
for
knee
the first
here.
time since 2003.
So they file for the exits here in
how long it's been since
silence.
the
And what a
Panthers
job to
have
come
been
in
an NFC
on the
title
road,
game.
divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to
And a
end
Super
it
Bowl
by
game,
going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row. They've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
NFC Championship game bound, y'all.
Spot in the conference
Whew.
championship, and now you can start to smell
It
it
usually
at this
happens
point in
by
the
the
season,
4th
can't
year
you?
of this
You really
rebuild
can,
that
because
we're
the
right on the
focus has
verge
been one
of
game at a time, not
winning a
looking
Super
ahead.
Bowl
But when
or
you get
getting
the
to a
conference
Super Bowl,
championship game
and
and you know you're there,
this year looks
the
like it's
Super
not
Bowl
going to be
does
any
loom
different.
in the future.
You got one more game to win to get to the big one.
For us, for Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gardner.
Kamara
You've been watching
had 4
the
touchdowns
NFL
in this
on
game
EA
after
Sports.
3 in the last game.
From
He just
Lamb.
played absolutely phenomenal in the last 2 weeks of the playoffs. Our defense has also played well. We got that pick 6 with Shaq Lawson. That was spectacular. And we're playing the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC Championship game. How about that? So the team that I rebuilt a few years back, the team that I rebuilt a few series ago, is on their way to the NFC title as well. So they're doing a rebuild of their own. Shaq Thompson and Kamara both won NFC Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. So congrats to them. And now we're getting ready to play the NFC Championship game against the Cardinals. Let's go up to Arizona and let's get it done and get to the Super Bowl. 1 win away. Almost there. And Drew Allar, I think, is their starting quarterback. So we're playing a young Cardinals team with a new quarterback. And probably some new weapons. But this team is 10-7. They're kind of like us. Then again, we've knocked out 2 division leaders from the last 2 weeks. So we've kind of blown up the playoffs, if you will.
Tonight,
allowing a 10-7 Cardinals team to be able to host the NFC title game.
Glendale, Arizona.
So here we go. The NFC Championship game. Panthers also face the Cardinals. As a matter of fact, I got it wrong. The Panthers went to the Super Bowl in 2015. So this is a rematch of the 2015 NFC Championship game. And the Cardinals are driving right away. Allar's let him down the field. And 0-0 still.
Mason.
The tackle. There
Trying
we
to
go.
push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Defense has really played well in the playoffs so far, too.
Now back to throw.
And we get a sack on the Lar. Let's go.
Back at the 23-yard line.
Not a boot.
Justin Matabike.
Matt BK. All right.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
3rd and goal from
Now
the
on 3rd and long, they'll
20
look to throw.
plus.
He's got Mason complete.
Ooh, hit
And
stick
he'll be brought down
by
inside the
Woods.
20 at the 19.
Let's go.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play.
All right,
And it'll
so
be 4th
Cardinals
down.
on their opening drive. Actually, no, we're in the 2nd quarter. Jeez, this has been a defensive struggle, I guess,
kick
for the
is
NFC
good.
title game. Cardinals get on the board first with a field goal to make it 3-0. We're already in the 2nd quarter, so both offenses, I guess, are kind of struggling right out of the gate. Let's see if we can change that. But we're still on defense here. Got them in a 3rd down and 13.
They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. In motion goes the tight end. Quick hitter here. It's
Good tackle.
complete.
Nice
And
tackle
he is
right
going to
there.
lose yardage here.
Taron Johnson. All right, so here we go. On offense, got a chance to take the lead before the half. This is probably our biggest drive of the game.
But a chance here late in the 2nd quarter to try to get some points on the board.
Now Young.
All right,
That's
and
complete
Burks
to Traylon Burks.
gets the 1st down right there. Let's go
And
ahead
he'll
and
have
go in
this
a
past
huddle.
the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they'll
Oh, we
come
went out
up
of bounds, so
first
we
and
did
10
stop the
now
clock.
from
We
the
have our 3 of our
33.
timeouts left. We're in okay shape.
Young.
Screen to
Now they go
Kamara.
screen, it's
Get around.
complete.
Oh.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Young to throw it.
Oliver, come on. Ooh.
It's knocked away and incomplete.
Not the best throw I could have made right there.
There's an
I'll be
incompletion,
honest.
partner, and the struggles through the air continue.
Now we got 3rd down
because
and 9.
So far, their lack of
This
passing
may be the game
production
where we have to
has
depend on
led
Bryce
to a
Young
lack
more
of
than we
points.
have the whole playoffs.
Escaping the pressure.
But
right.
when he has
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a
Cardinals
few
called a
yards short of the
timeout,
first down.
I'd like to go for this, but I don't know if
Now a
Sirianni
timeout
wants to
called
do
for
that.
by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll
what?
have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
We have all 3 of our timeouts left.
Now the offense
This is a
not
risk,
leaving
but
the
we're going to
field.
take
They're gonna
risks.
stay out and go for it on 4th and
Fullback
3.
dive.
Needing the tough yards,
Ricard
they run it
gets
with
the
their
1st down and a lot more.
That's a good
Timeout.
acceleration there as he's across
Wow,
midfield
okay.
to the
Ricard,
48-yard
probably
line.
one of the very few times that he's touched the
Now
ball
the
all
Panthers gonna use
season,
the
gets
first
the
of their
1st down and more
timeouts.
on a dive.
As they'll
On a
stop
fullback
with just
dive. And
over
now
a
we're
minute
past
to go
midfield.
before halftime.
So now
This
we don't have much
offense
farther to go
finding
for a
its
field
legs
goal
now. Here's another
if all we
first
can do
and
is
10.
tie it.
Young now.
And Mingo is wide open in the middle of the field.
And
Run.
some room to work. And all the way
Call another
inside
timeout.
the 15 before they drop him.
Mingo with a terrific catch and run, and now we are inside, well inside field goal range.
As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure.
Throw it away, Bryce.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
For the middle, come on.
Gets this to a standout
Michael Thomas.
receiver, Thomas.
We gotta hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll throw again. Young. Flushed out right.
Just run it. Bryce Young in the end zone keeps it for the touchdown. Let's go.
Carolina.
Wow.
Bryce Young.
Hey, but that's a touchdown that we absolutely needed to end the half. It was a defensive struggle all game, and it looks like it still is. We're in the 3rd quarter,
We jump into
and
the
it's still a
action.
7-3
It's
game.
2nd down and 3, and the ball in the
All
red
right,
zone.
we got a 2nd down and 3, but we're moving the ball.
Second
Let's get
down
back to
is
running the ball with
Kamara
Kamara
again.
and get our offense going for real.
And stopped
We had
a
to
few
depend on the
yards
pass
shy
to,
of the
just get the
goal
lead in
line
this
for
game, and
three.
now, and it looks like, and I guess, the Cardinals look like they have a pretty solid defense, but their offense, with Drew Allard, it doesn't look like they're capable of really matching us if we get on top of them early in this one. Kamara fights his way in for his first touchdown of the game, and now we're starting to get some distance in the second half.
Good running there at the end.
2-possession game. Looks like the Cardinals missed the extra point.
Coming up for this
So
unit. They're down, but
they're really struggling.
a bit on the scoreboard.
This game is ours to take if we want it.
In the third quarter.
That's the sense that I'm getting. Screen pass to Kamara. Oh, he just missed that tackle.
A little juke.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. That guy was so close to getting him by the ankles. But Kamara had just enough speed to get away from him. Beautiful.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He can't get him down.
Kamara.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
And they'll fake the jet sweep there instead. Hand it Kamara.
Into the end zone for another score. Let's go.
And he will take it
2 touchdowns on the day for Alvin.
Touchdown.
Well, the Cardinals, 6 minutes left in this game. They're at a 4th and 12. This is a critical down for them. They're down 12 points. They need points quickly, but we're going to get an interception by Bell to really put them on the fringe of losing this one. Big play by the defense. Just what we needed to try to put this one on ice.
Not quite a 1st and goal, but still
left.
Red zone
Now we're starting to get some distance.
As we jump back into the action. 1st and 10, just outside of the 10-yard line. Now it's Kamara in the passing game.
Oh, a hurdle! And he is in for another score. Alvin Kamara is the Carolina Panthers. Oh my goodness. This man has been on a tear the whole playoffs. I mean, I'm just giving him the ball almost every play because he's playing it that. Look at the hurdle. Look at the ups for the touchdown. I'm so glad that we found this guy. He's a beast. And now we've got this game over.
Offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter.
4th and 1.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
They get it, but it doesn't
matter. Taken down, but he does.
Well, props to the Cardinals for making it this far after being a pretty bad team the first year of this rebuild, I assume, as well. So, hey, I rebuilt you guys a few series ago.
Up to the challenge. Time to find out.
And we get a one-handed interception by J.C. Horn in the end zone. Slam the door on any scoring chances late. And we're going to the Super Bowl. Once again, we rode the legs of Alvin Kamara to another playoff win. I think he had 4 total touchdowns again in this game. Defense absolutely shut down Drew Allar in this offense. And we're going to the Super Bowl. We're now 1 win away from completing this rebuild of the Carolina Panthers. Man, we to barely sneak into the playoffs at 9-8 as the final wild card team. And we've won all 3 playoff games on the road so far to get to the Super Bowl. This is a great story for the NFL. It really is. We're the biggest set of underdogs probably to make the playoffs this season, and nobody gave us a shot in any of these games. But now we're going to the Super Bowl. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it looks like, but we got a challenge. We're playing the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I think this would make it Super Bowl maybe 61 or 62. I don't really know. I'll have to probably look that up. So let's take a look at how everything else has transpired in the playoffs so far. So we, of course, beat the Eagles. The Cardinals upset the Bucks. Okay, so that makes more sense. The Cardinals pulled off an upset, have been pulling off upsets of their own during the playoffs as well as the 6th wildcard team. So it was a battle of the 6th and the 7th seed in the NFC title game. So how about that? And the 49ers beat the Falcons. So the Cardinals upset the 49ers, and we upset the Packers, and then, of course, we beat the Cardinals to get here. On the AFC side, Browns beat the Bengals on the road. The Jets beat the Dolphins. The Raiders beat the Jaguars on the road. So the Raiders beat the Jets. The Chiefs, who have the number 1 seed, they've been the only team in the playoffs that's actually taking care of business consistently. They blew out the Browns, and they took care of business against the Raiders by 10. So they're the number 1 seed in the AFC. They're heavy favorites to beat us in the Super Bowl. But let's see if we can get a big win to end the rebuild and win the Super Bowl and get the Carolina Panthers their first ever world championship, because they never won a Super Bowl. We're trying to deliver that here to the Carolinas. Let's give Nick Sirianni some upgrades before the Super Bowl. Is Sirianni the reason? Well, he's part of the reason, but Alvin Kamara has also been another big gift that has been dropped into our laps. He's played well the entire playoffs, and it's been a revelation to see him play as well as he's had. In weekly awards, once again, Kamara won NFC Offensive Player of the Week, and J.C. Horn won Defensive Player of the Week with 5 tackles and that interception in the end zone to end the game. Chiefs, Panthers in the Super Bowl. We're going up against Patrick Mahomes, and what I assume is still a very loaded Kansas City Chiefs team. They're the number 1 seed in the AFC. They've been a team that's looked dominant all year long. We're massive underdogs going into this game. They're 12-5. We only finished 9-8. And surprisingly, we're actually the designated home team. And it could be because of the location of the Super Bowl, but I don't know where the Super Bowl is being played. If I'd have to guess, I'd say Miami. Usually by the time I get to this point in the rebuild, the Super Bowl is in Miami. So, we'll see. Let's go ahead and view yearly awards before we play the Super Bowl. Let's see if any Panthers got any recognition at all, because, we defied the odds. So Josh Allen won the MVP. Coach of the Year went to Robert Saleh of the Jets. Sirianni actually finished 7th, which is, not bad. Let's see. Coach of the Year, MVP. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Let's go to NFC. Offensive Player of the Year. No Panthers inside. Defensive Player of the Year. In the NFC, no Panthers there either. Offensive Rookie of the Year, no Panthers there either. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nope. Best QB. Bryce Young finished 9th, okay. Best running back, where's Kamara? Kamara finished 4th. Best receiver. Burks finished 10th. I think it was really a solid idea to get him. Kappa actually finished 3rd as the best offensive lineman in the NFC, so that's pretty good. Best defensive lineman, nobody. Best linebacker. Brian Burns finished 2nd. No sign of Shaq. Best DB, nobody there either. Best kicker, Harrison Butker finished 10th. So, Kamara was up there at 4th for, best running back in the NFC. But right now, he's playing like the best running back in the NFC. And we've rode him all the way to the Super Bowl with a young Bryce Young going up against a 99 overall MVP caliber Patrick Mahomes, even though it was Josh Allen who won the MVP. So this is it. Is this where we complete the rebuild of the Carolina Panthers? The first year I took over this team, we actually did make the playoffs, but we played the Cowboys in the divisional round, and we lost. 2 years in a row, we did not make the playoffs. Third year, we barely squeaked into the playoffs as the 7th seed, and we've advanced all the way to the Super Bowl. We've defied all the odds, all the critics. We've won 3 straight playoff games on the road, and now we got to go on the road one more time, even though it's more of a neutral site thing, and play the best team in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, a good defense. It's going to be tough going up against the Chiefs. I assume Andy Reid is still their coach.
Football.
There's Isaiah Pacheco.
Super Bowl 61.
Sirianni lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year in real life in 2022. So now we're going to get our revenge. And it is Super Bowl 61 according to the emblems on the jerseys. And we're playing in Miami for Super Bowl 61. Let's go get it done. All right. We get the ball first on offense.
Now we'll see what this offense
Wearing the home uniforms. We're the designated home team this year for the Super Bowl. Apparently. So let's get down this field and show the Chiefs that we're not here to just, we're not happy just to be here. We want to come out and we want to win a world championship.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche what's going through his mind right now, but maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls?
Saw a glimpse of the sideline. Looks like Andy Reid is still the coach of the Chiefs. Not surprised, considering he has probably the best quarterback in the NFL.
Long before he got to this stage, as the season progressed,
well, the first carry with Kamara didn't really get any yardage, so he's now 3rd down and 5.
Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut.
Kamara open over the middle. Did he get the first? I don't know if he did. All right, he did. He barely got it, but he got it.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're
There's
able
also
to
a
get the
third part of the
down
pass.
conversion.
Young to throw it.
And Burks gets knocked down. Ball knocked out as well. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Run away from him, Burks. Or Mingo. There we go.
Mingo.
He got decked pretty hard after the second.
Before he's brought down. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Kamara up the middle. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, Young.
That catch, Burks.
On the slant, Burks.
There you go, Burks.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
We're kind of moving down the field slowly, but it's just one of those methodical drives.
Appeared to be an easy decision.
Doesn't matter how fast you get there, it's important that you get there.
Now a 2nd down throw for Young.
Oh boy.
Flush to
Just roll out. Just get the first, Bryce.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Bryce has been good about, when the play breaks down, move out more with him, just pick up the first with the legs.
6 and a first down. From the shotgun, it's Young.
Ooh.
This is
man, Burks got clocked twice, but he held on to that ball. Good job.
It's a 10-yard gain.
We're driving this ball okay against the vaunted Chiefs defense.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara.
Around him. Kamara. Okay, he's down to the 1
Be a
yard.
pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
A little power.
They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now.
Oh my.
That says,
Man, what do you got hung up on?
run the ball behind
We've been nuts this entire first quarter.
well on this drive.
With a dive.
They want to finish
With a
it
dive.
off the same way.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll run it
Dive
with
in.
Kamara.
Okay, well, I tried to dive, but he couldn't. He had to shove his way through there. But Kamara gets in for the touchdown, and we take the lead on our opening drive, which took up practically all of this first quarter. Of course, here come the Chiefs.
Coming
Here
up
comes
here,
Mahomes.
this defense looking for a 3rd down
Best
stop.
quarterback in the
In the
NFL.
second
3rd down
quarter.
and 6. Gotta get him off this field.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
He's got
And
his
Rice
target.
gets the
That's
first.
complete.
Great throw by Mahomes. We sent pressure all up there in his face, and he delivered that ball. But I wouldn't expect anything
Here's
different
the
from him.
situation upcoming.
I really
2nd
wouldn't.
quarter, 3rd down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is
Oh, he dropped it. Wow.
incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to...
It's third down, too. Chiefs get a field goal. And it looks like that we actually missed the extra point.
Let's see what this defense can do here. Ball at the 18-yard line in the red zone.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
Oh, man, Pacheco.
And able to get him down, but
Nice
he does
run.
reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. That is
And Rice makes the catch for the Chiefs.
Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touch.
Chiefs are up by 4. We'll drive down this field.
Just
We gotta
inside of 2
score.
minutes
Get
for
the
this
lead back.
offense. Second quarter. They've got the football, but on their own side of the field. Now a first down throw for Young.
Oh, he got hit.
This one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape
Just run,
this
Bryce.
drive.
Run. Run away from him. Get out of bounds.
And he takes his
Oh,
just
is that a
few
late
yards
hit?
shy of the red
I think
zone
it is.
before going out.
Wow. I've never seen that called
too
in
much
Madden.
extracurricular
An unnecessary
there.
a hit out of bounds, unnecessary roughness. That was a huge run, and that puts us basically in a goal-to-goal situation.
And he didn't on that play.
Escaping the pressure right.
Just run it. Take it in yourself, and he does for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Bryce Young with the answer back.
Bryce Young, a 12-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs get back up by 4.
So a big third down coming
Third
up
quarter,
here
we
for
got
the
a third
defense,
down
trying to
situation
preserve
here.
a very slim lead in the third quarter.
A short
Nice
throw.
catch by the
pulled in
tight
by
end,
Bellinger.
powers his way forward.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down.
3rd and 6.
A third down situation coming up in the third quarter, and this defense hoping to turn that third down into 4th. Now Young.
Kamara make that catch over
On
the
the
middle.
check down, he finds
He gets the
Kamara.
first down.
And he'll
Nice
be
shot,
brought
Bryce.
down
Good
with
throw.
a first down.
Smart throws underneath are okay.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara.
Kamara
And he'll be
down
taken
inside the
down
5.
at the 2-yard line.
Another big run by Allen.
72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Let's run this ball in.
They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. Try to pound it in, Kamara.
Kamara touchdown. Second rushing touchdown of the Super Bowl for Allen. This is our toughest matchup for sure. Gone back and forth with this team all game long so far. 1st and 10.
Turning point in a one-score game.
Chiefs are
What
in
can
field
this
goal range
defense do
already.
as they
Threatening
look to
again.
hold
Here they
on to their
come.
second-half lead? Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes.
Open man right side is
Don't
Tony.
let him get away.
So give him
Tackled
2
by Bell right
yards
there.
there
Nice
on
job.
the completion, and it'll be second down. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Right back to
Ooh,
Tony.
took out the legs of Kadarius Toney, but it's still
Go for
long.
a gain of 7,
That's Kadarius.
and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
All right, it's the end of the third quarter.
That'll do it
We're
for
up by
the
3,
third quarter
but this
of
is
Super
shaping
Bowl
out to be a
61.
very tough Super
The culmination
Bowl.
of the season and the crowning of a champion after the fourth quarter, which is coming up next.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
And Rice gets his second touchdown, I guess, of the game. I believe that's probably his second touchdown.
Rice with hit.
And the Chiefs got the lead back to start the 4th.
The key
Third
coming up here, preserve the lead
and
for
inches.
this defense. 4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go. Here's Kamara trying to
Here we
run
go,
for it. And he gets the
Broke the
first
tackle to
down
get the
here
first.
as he's taken down at the 24.
Give us the rest rest of this drive.
This offense, they've got a really nice drive going.
I feel like, to an extent, I want to take as much time as I can off this clock, but I don't know how much time I'll be able to take off.
Head off up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throwing, Young. This will be caught at about the 6.
All right.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in.
And he does just that. Touchdown, Alvin Kamara.
Panthers score.
Another one.
Alvin Kamara.
First down.
This defense now desperate to protect their 3-point lead.
2:47 left in the Super
This
Bowl.
might be the drive that decides it one way or the other.
And it probably will.
Going on first down is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 39. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go
here in the Super Bowl.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10.
Well, I mean, they're basically in field goal range, probably. I don't know. I mean, Harrison Butker isn't their kicker anymore. He belongs to us. So I don't know who their kicker is, but I assume that by now they're in field goal range. So obviously they can try to tie it, but I know Mahomes is going to be looking for more.
Here's Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers.
They're going to keep going quick because of
they're
trying to get that ball in the end zone. And, oh my God, he made a great move and got away.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly.
Oh, did we just do it? Yes, we did. Oh, my goodness. Perfect. We got the interception in the end zone. Oh, my God. Christian Harris. Christian Harris did it. Wow. He was in perfect position, and he got the interception. Wow. On the doorstep. They were driving down the field. They were going to score, but Harris got the interception. Unbelievable.
5 points of contact necessary.
And now Alvin Kamara just needs to hold on to the ball, and we're going to win, and we're going to finish the rebuild. Wow, guys. This whole rebuild, this whole video might be one of the best I've had in a long time. Every game has been close and filled with so much action and tough moments that I've loved this series so much. This Panthers team has defied all the odds, and it's been so fun to play with a rejuvenated Alvin Kamara in this game. He's breaking every tackle out there. He's the best player on the field.
As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
They only have one timeout left. Get this first, it's probably over.
Like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he will have a Panther first down. And it is celebration time.
The last timeout was called by Kansas City. This game is over. Sorry, Mahomes, that I had to deny you of another ring. But we have just done the impossible.
And they take a knee.
7 seed at 9 and 8. Final team to make the wild card playoffs. We made it as the final wild card seed. And we're Super Bowl champions. I got it done. I got it done. Whew. This was a hard playoff run. Every game was tough. I mean, the NFC title game wasn't that hard, but there were stretches of that game in the beginning that were pretty close. But I got it done. And I'm going to give the Carolina Panthers their first world championship. Bryce Young, Alvin Kamara, Nick Sirianni as head coach did it. The Carolina Panthers rebuild is complete. 4 years after I take over, they're world champions.
You know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
Once again, Alvin Kamara had an unbelievable game. Bryce Young made the plays when it mattered. We scrambled a lot with him in this game because the defense did a great job of shutting down our receivers. I'll give Kansas City credit for that. But Bryce Young proved something in this game. That he's a good young quarterback who's capable of leading a team to a championship, and that's what he did.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for
Alvin
them.
Kamara is the MVP of Super Bowl 61. From a free agent to start the season to a Super Bowl MVP. What a journey.
On EA Sports.
Hold up that trophy. And you know, the trades that I made with getting a guy like Treylon Burks as well, we just needed a better receiver than what we had. And I feel like that Burks absolutely delivered when it mattered most. So that was a big deal. We kept some of the main core defensive players like Thompson, as you just saw, Derek Brown, Von Bell, Xavier Woods. We were able to keep a lot of the core guys who were pretty good, you know, because with this original team, there were some good players. But you just needed to build around some of those guys and, you know, get some young players in there, get some, you know, bona fide star free agents like Alvin Kamara, and he can make this team into a world champion, and that's what we did. That's what I was able to do. So, you know, that's just the best part of finishing these rebuilds because, you know, you're able to finish what you started, and there's a good sense of accomplishment when you're done at the end of the rebuild. Well, so let's go ahead and take a look at who retired. Let's see if we had any Panthers retire as world champions from this year's team. Let's see if we had any of that happen. Let's go ahead and take a look at the season recap first. So, Panthers won their first Super Bowl courtesy of the rebuild that we just did. They beat the Chiefs 27-24. MVP was Alvin Kamara. The MVP of the whole league was Josh Allen. Robert Saleh won Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year went to Stephon Diggs of the Bills. Defensive Player of the Year, Max Crosby of the Raiders. I'm pretty sure this is the second time in the rebuild of the Panthers that he's won this. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Zachariah Branch, wide receiver from the New Orleans Saints. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Keon Keeley from the Commanders, a defensive end. And that is it for the 2026 season. But before we go ahead and sign off for this rebuild, let's take a look at the retirements and let's see who is retiring as a world champion of the Panthers. I don't really know if there'll be anybody, maybe somebody like Derek Brown, maybe one of our offensive linemen, maybe Ricard, our fullback. Let's see. Let's take a look at who retired, and I'll take a look and see at some of the other retirees. Khalil Mack retired. Kyle Juszczyk, one of the best fullbacks in the modern era, retired. Kevin Byard retired. So did Darius Slay, Connor McGovern, Xavier Howard. DeMarcus Lawrence retired. Joe Thuney and Travis Kelce retires after 14 seasons. Well, the Super Bowl wound up being his last game. Let's see. Did anybody from the Panthers retire? Nobody from the Panthers retired. A little surprised, but not really. I mean, I guess Derek Brown, even though he's one of the oldest guys on the team, still has some years left in the tank, I suppose. So that is going to do it for the Carolina Panthers rebuild. Basically the same amount of parts as other rebuilds I've done with other teams, not including the Cowboys. 4 episodes later, Panthers are world champions, first Super Bowl. Was able to do it with Bryce Young, even though if we didn't make the playoffs this year, I think I was going to move on to a different quarterback. So now the question is where I go from here. The next rebuild, I'm going to decide whether I want it to be maybe the Vikings, because there's questions about in real life if Kirk Cousins is going to come back. In my opinion, I'd move on from him if I was the Vikings, so maybe I'll do a scenario like that. And also, the Vikings have never won a championship, so I think that may be a team that's worth rebuilding to also not, rebuild them up around Justin Jefferson with a new quarterback, but also get them a first ring. So, I'll see what I want to do with that. And another team that I'm thinking about rebuilding, and, bear with me on this. It's tempting, in my opinion, it's tempting for me to try to actually rebuild the Jets. I understand that Aaron Rodgers is there now, but how much longer does he really have? And if I simulate through the 2023 season with Zach Wilson as quarterback, will that be able to give us a top pick to maybe consider us taking a quarterback like a Caleb Williams or somebody else that can challenge Aaron Rodgers, or more so, take over for Aaron Rodgers when he retires? Because he can't afford another injury like that in his career to continue to last. And also, the Jets haven't won a Super Bowl since 1968. Okay, I think it may be their time to be finally able to hoist up a Lombardi trophy. Maybe I can rebuild the defense. Maybe I can get a new running back. Maybe another receiver to go with Garrett Wilson. Those are the two franchises that I'm stuck with rebuilding for the next set of rebuild live streams. But y'all get to see in the next video that I do who I rebuild next. In the meantime, thank y'all for tuning in. Probably not going to live stream tomorrow because I want to enjoy the rest of my weekend. I got some personal good news earlier today. I don't really want to talk about it during a live stream because it's kind of private. But just let you guys know that it's something that I don't have to deal with anymore. It's been a burden for the last 2 years. And it's basically made me feel like I'm free. And I can, not have something over my head, if you will. So that's about all I'll say about the personal matter. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning into the Carolina Panthers rebuild live streams, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.